Karibuni katika kipindi cha Tujengane na Pamela. This is a safe space, and if you haven't subscribed, please kindly consider subscribing. Right, as you can see, today I am graced with these two amazing girls. I will let them introduce themselves and then we can carry on and nitawajulisha ni kitu gani ambacho tunaenda kukisema siku ya leo. Please, introduce yourselves. Whoever. You can start.
Okay. Hi, my name is Irene Tibenda. I am an early years practitioner. I'm also an entrepreneur, and I'm in ministry as well, church ministry.
Hello, naitwa Gorgeous Thompson. Nina, what do? I work for the council in England, and I also do decorating, and I also do youth work.
Right. Sasa these amazing girls nimewajua muda mrefu sana tangu wako wadogo. You know, and they've turned out to be amazing. I have taught you Sunday school. Nimewafundisha I sort of like mentored you as well, and nimewachapa kidogo. Is that? No, I didn't. Yeah, anyway, I've known them kwa muda mrefu sana kidogo. And I can honestly say may turn out to be amazing, honestly, especially katika environment ambayo tupo. Wako very respectful, wako very kind, hardworking. As you can see, they wear more than one hat. Entrepreneurs, and na pia wameajiriwa. So yes, and a month ago katika channel yangu niliongelea mambo ambayo msichana anaweza akafanya wakati yuko single ili tu asiboreke. It's a good time to get to know themselves, to invest in themselves, kujua vitu gani ambavyo wanapenda, vitu gani ambavyo hawapendi, and so much more. Sasa nikasema, labda kwa sababu it was a while, labda nichague damu zilizokuwa changa kidogo. Maybe they do other things, maybe they have good other ideas ambazo wakashare na sisi tukasaidiana. Kwa wale ambao wako single, wanasubiri watu kuwa nao, maybe what other things they can do ili tu waweze kujitambua, etc, etc. First question, Gorgeous and Irene, that I wanted to ask. In your singleness, or katika usingo ambao mlikuwa mmepitia, mlikuwa mnafanya nini? Na at the same time, je, ni time ambao mlikuwa mmeboreka au mnaboreka, au ni muda ambao mlikuwa mnafurahia? Gorgeous, kwanza.
Yeah. Yeah, kwenye kipindi cha singleness wangu, I think I nilifurahia kwa kweli. I definitely enjoyed it. What was the question? First question was, did I like it?
Yes.
Yes.
How did you hate it? So you liked it?
Majority of the time, and then 75% of the year.
Okay. Of the year. Fair enough. Yeah.
Some years nilikuwa different, miaka mingine nilikuwa na enjoy the whole time. Yeah. Nitegemea ni what time. So I was just thinking, nilikuwa 25 hivi, I think probably 99% nilikuwa na fry sana.
Yeah.
And I think I remember 27 was probably the year ambayo I didn't like it as much.
Okay.
There's a backstory to that.
Okay.
And it's because miaka 27 nilikuwa nafikiria na that year in my head. You know when you plan things in your head?
Yeah.
Will be the year ambayo nitakuwa mama.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't know where that. Kuna mtu ameandika sehemu ambayo 27 will be that. Like that was for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that year then I was like, oh, there's I'm not Baba anyway. There's not gonna be Mama anyway. So that year I think I spent a lot of time like thinking about, okay, what am I doing? But as I said, 25, 26, 28 and all that years, I really loved it.
Okay.
I would say like there was a 75%, which is on your age 27.
Yes.
And that came from, I work with children. I remember nilikuwa kwenye seminar ya children's workers. And I remember nilikuwa na drive, ilikuwa like 2 hours drive, and I drive home, and I remember just talking, and okay, I'm gonna God, you just have that time, just telling. I was just telling him, I was like, well, like I would love to have, I don't really care about a guy, but I'd love to have children, and obviously that was not gonna be the case. I remember actually at that moment after I just Mungu hivi vitu vyote, and God was like, there's so much children around you. And I remember that year was the turnaround year where I was just, to answer your second point, was I spent a lot of time with children in my life. So I've got children. Yeah, you probably do.
I remember you organized, even though we're going to different churches. I remember you organizing the kids that you used to teach. I remember you took the old photos of our kids. You sent, and then you invited them over. Oh, it was that time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I just made an effort to just use my Saturdays and my free time to like babysit or to just plan activities with children. And I think one thing that I appreciate Mungu any haku ignore my desires. He just was like, okay, so you have people in your life, spend time with them. So I guess in my single years I would spend
a large percent to may enjoy, just a small percent where kuna hiccups, of which we are human beings. You always be 100%. Kuna that percent whereby you'll be, especially even me nilipitia kile kipindi ambacho my friends, all of them walikuwa wanna get married. As much as I was happy for them, kuna wakati unakuwa unapata hiccup like, oh, what about me? Oh, I'm the only one. And then you pick yourself up again.
Just have that with yourself.
Amazing.
So definitely enjoyed it. The things that I enjoyed were just being able to spend great time with myself. I like that. Nikona spend a lot of time na rafiki zangu, na a lot of evening activities. I just enjoyed having fun.
Good stuff. What about you, Irene?
So similar to Gorgeous. I think earlier on, kwa sababu nilikuwa depressed, which I didn't know about. So nilikuwa si enjoy kuwa single hivyo, like nilikuwa si enjoy life in general. Mpaka nilienda Bible college, ndo dadi Mungu akani deliver from depression. And then after that, in kind of through a period of, I guess, rediscovering myself. And this was about 23 up to about 25. So ilikuwa ni self-discovery, ilikuwa tuna build up myself, So when it's like after depression, you're a different person. You're not the same as you used to be. So it kind of just time of building myself up. And then from about 25 to 28-ish, it kind almost like a period of grieving my singleness. It's like when I turned 25, nikafunguka. I'm like 25. When I was younger, 25, nilikuwa nasema nitakuwa nimeshaolewa, nitakuwa either na expected child au nimeshakuwa na mtoto, nitakuwa nimegraduate university, nitakuwa nafanya kazi. None of it. Absolutely none of it had happened. So either period from 25 to 27, 28 ilikuwa sort of like grieving my singleness, because I naona everybody else. My younger sisters when I graduate university, my cousins, my friends, kila mtu anaolewa, watu wana watoto, and then it's just me. I'm like, God, umenisahau. So ilikuwa ni period I could grieve just being single, sababu naona everything else and everybody else and I progress in life. For me, bado niko pale tu nilipokuwa since I was 18. So it was a hard time. And then I think from about 28, 29, I think up until nilikuwa decide that everything else that I had planned for myself is because society had said this is what you would be doing. At 25 you should have graduated. At 25 you should have been married. At 25 you should be expecting a child or at least had one already. So I think when I discovered that I put these pressures on myself because society imesema, then I let go. Amen.
And
I let go. Okay, what am I going to do with myself? So from that period up until just before I turned 30, nikawa okay, so I want to learn to do this, I'm gonna do that. I want to learn to do that, I'm gonna do that. Nikachukua more responsibilities in church, nikakubali kuwa Sunday school director wa church. Nikaanza kufanya kwa bidii, like I love working with children, I work in early years like I said. Nikaanza kufanya kwa bidii, nikawa naona matunda ya ambacho ninachofanya, and that helped me to enjoy being single. And then obviously lockdown happened. Nika lose my job. Okay, we are back here again. But thankfully I had things from when I was very, very young, like maybe younger than 10. Nikawa nasema, I always want to be a businesswoman. I want to start a business. I didn't know doing what, but I knew I wanted to start a business, and I wanted it to profit someone. So it wasn't just a business just to say I own a corporation. But whatever I was going to do, it's always something that I wanted to benefit somebody else. So just talking ideas with my sisters, we kind of somehow to try childminder, because I was like, yeah, that's a good job, because that would benefit a child, but also the parent if they're having to work and things like that. Nikaanza kuangalia sorts of things that I would need to do, put in line and all that. Nikasema, it's not going to be that easy. So I'm not going to start that. And then even kuongea tu even my sisters, I kind of said, do you know what, I like relaxing. Like I found after coming out of depression, just taking time to myself, relaxing, pampering myself is something that I really enjoy and I really value. That helps me to ground myself again from all the stresses of life. And I said, maybe I can try that, see what I can come up with. And then over lockdown, I started a business. And then I turned 30. And from that time on, I think I've been enjoying being single. Like I'm no longer depressed. I'm no longer thinking like, oh, I should have done this and I should have done that. I realized that whatever things I've had in plan, whatever things I've had in mind, God ananileta, but not in the timeline that I thought. So that's helped me to enjoy being single.
Beautiful put. Unajua niliongelea pia tunakuwa tunajiwekea high expectations of which they are really unfair, especially kama ulivyosema society inakuwa ina expect by 24 25 uwe umeshaolewa, uwe una watoto, uwe una kazi, at the same time pia ukifika 30 niwe na nyumba, niwe na gari, niwe na nini. Unajua alafu tunakuwa depressed kwa sababu tunakuwa tujamit zile vile vitu ambavyo tumejiwekea, lakini are they really realistic? By 25 it's not as if you're going to just go out there and get anybody to marry you. And we forget there's God as well. And we are here to live. It's not as if we are born to solely get married. We are here to fulfill a purpose. Sasa kwa hiyo it's good, I think, at times unapokuwa unaenda down and then you pick yourself up because you've experienced that. I went down because nilikuwa naanza hivi kwa sababu nilikuwa nataka hivi akijatokea hivi, and then thank God you get healed and then you pick yourself up. And you find things to do. And this goes to my next question. What is your Monday to Monday look like? Because I feel it helps. Once you are like busy, like you're fulfilling your purpose, you're working, you're doing this, you're doing your hobbies, it helps you as well not to dwell into that. I found when I was single, I was really busy. Like teaching kids, going swimming, finding hobbies. You said you had to look for hobbies. If I don't know how to swim, I'll go learn to swim. If I don't like to read, as black people hatupendagi ku read books. You create time to read. So I want to know, like, nyie timetable yenu ikoje labda kumsaidia somebody else out there ambaye anakuwa anajikuta anaenda tu kazini, anarudi nyumbani, anakaa, then anakuwa depressed, then anawaza. You get so much time to stress, na wakati unaweza keep yourself busy, ukawa una serve a purpose, una serve people, una serve community. What near timetable yenu ikoje labda, like Monday to Friday, then weekend, what do you do?
So for me, Monday to Friday nafanya kazi. Nafanya kazi full time. And then some evenings waga na meetings, church meetings, meetings about, because I'm the Sunday school director for the district, our church district. So sometimes kuna meetings about that, preparing things for like Easter, Christmas, vitu kama hivyo inabidi kuplan ahead, sort of thing. So na meetings like that. Some evenings naenda gym, Mungu akinisaidia akinipa nguvu. Mungu akitujalia nguvu. Naenda gym. And then some evenings na relax too. I like playing video games. So some evenings, especially when I feel like I've had a very long, stressful week, even if it's been like Monday to Wednesday, those have been like really stressful. I say your Wednesday evening, nachukua time just to play games. It can be for an hour, it can be for 2 hours, like just to disconnect, you know, from day to day sort of thing. And then Saturdays, though, usually is business. Because obviously I'm still working full time. Saturday no business, so na plan, look at my inventory, na restock, na order vitu ambavyo nahitaji kuorder. Kama watu wametuma orders, naenda post office nazituma hizo. And then apart from that, like I said, I like pampering myself. So Saturdays, hata kama nafanya business, I've got hair mask on. You know, I'm on the computer, I'm preparing, you know, posts for the week or for the month. I've got my hair mask on, I've got my face mask on. Nikimaliza hapo nafanya my nails, you know, things like that.
Good.
I have to take time, because I'm not working on someone that can't take time to relax, because there is never time. Trust me, you can find time.
Yeah,
You can find
it's
time.
very important.
Yeah,
very important. Yeah.
So like when I've got my face mask on, it doesn't stop me from doing other things. Like I said, I've got my face mask on. That in itself is relaxing.
Yeah.
And I can be there, I can take my time, because obviously I know like my mind is relaxed. I can take my time doing whatever else. Sometimes naeka mask au nasafisha chumba.
Yeah.
I can still do that. I can still hoover. I can still, you know. So that's what my Saturdays look like. And then Sunday is church. Like that's just a full day of church. And then in the afternoon, it's time with my family.
Oh yeah.
So and this is not something that we used to do, you know, over the years. Like when we were growing up, everybody's doing their own thing, because you know, tumekuwa it's crazy. You know, this is your watoto wasichana kila vitu vya kufanya. So but obviously now we know that it's important to be with family and spend time with family. So that's what my Sunday looks like: church and then time with family, just relaxing together.
Very busy. Very busy.
So Mimi, one thing that I like is being intentional with time. Kwa hiyo napenda yani kuwa na plan for the week. So Monday nilikuwa na
so every week you have a new plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lakini kuna things ambayo nafanya every week.
Ambazo inakuwa ziko.
As it change.
You just add and
take away. I'll start on Sunday. So Sunday kama kisha is the day naenda kanisani. Normally I would go kanisani, then come home and then chill. Because as you will find out, the rest of the week is very busy. Kwa hiyo Monday as well I'll start Monday to
Friday.
Monday Friday nafanya kazi.
Full time.
Alafu Monday nakwaga, because it's the first day, nakwaga ni free day. Kwa hiyo mtu kama ananiuliza, oh, do you know me? Normally Monday I'm available.
Really?
Yeah.
You work from home, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Lakini even before, when I didn't, I used to just always keep Monday free.
Okay.
As free as I can. By free, I wasn't intentional. Like I wasn't saying like iyo siku naenda swimming or anything like that. Kwa hiyo Tuesday then I would I was part of a book club. I like reading. So a few of my friends used to meet together and like review a book together. So Tuesday was my book club reviewing time. Alafu Wednesday was as part of church, kind of evening, evening after work. We used to have home group. Kwa hiyo kanisani tulikuwa tunaenda Sunday, lakini with a smaller group tulikuwa tuna meet to read the Bible or maybe sometimes socialize, and that was Wednesday evenings. Alafu Thursday again, ilikuwa ni siku ambayo I kept free, but most of the time, every other Thursday, I had a young person from church that I used to read the Bible with.
Okay.
And that was every other week. One week I was free, and then Friday was when I teach youth. So Friday, community yetu kuna young people, but they come. There's a hall, so we used to come, and I still do that now. We have Friday then, and Saturday is when I used to just plan for from 3 months beforehand what I'm doing that Saturday. So whenever it was basically my fun day. Whether I wanted to babysit or whether I wanted to just meet up with a friend, go to a concert, go to an event. Saturdays were my not at home day. And then Sunday kama nilivyosema ni kanisani asubuhi, alafu jioni ndo normally I'm resting because of the long week. But yeah,
that's pretty good. I think it is good for one to, especially single people, kuwa na some sort of a plan. Na kama nilivyosema, give back. Invest in yourself, get to know yourself, and do the things that you love. Kama ni teach kids, kama hata ni kufundisha swimming, kama ni yani just kuwa tuna some sort of timetable. Isiwe tu kama unaenda kazini, narudi nyumbani, nalala, naamka, kwa sababu some of the girls, believe me or not, naongea nao, unakuta tu mtu anaenda kazini, anarudi nyumbani, yuko tu nyumbani, anakaa anaangalia TV, then that's it. That is not the way to go. You cannot, you cannot just live like that. Once in a while, yes, you can sit on a couch, watch Netflix, I'm so tired, it's allowed. Lakini kuwa na some sort of purpose pembeni, yani kama kuna once a week naenda swimming lesson. Once a week nina meeting. Maybe every Wednesday I have a best friend who we meet up every Wednesday from 8 to about 11 at night. When the kids are asleep and everything. We meet up for coffee. We chat. Yani, yani there has to be like something you're looking forward. And I feel like even the hormones inside of you will keep you excited looking for things, and you feel alive. Could just be so. I encourage young girls ambao unakuwa upo to just find things to do. Who are busy.
Because people say that after we work full time. You can say that you do get tired. It's not but it's so important ukiangalia the reason of which you're doing it. Because even on so many Saturdays when you choose to relax, some people might say you're just choosing to be lazy. But you're choosing to make that time to not strain your head.
Because you give your time throughout the week. You give your time to everybody and anybody else. You give your time to anything and everything else. At no point are you taking time for yourself, because like it's been said, you hear this all the time, that you cannot give what you don't have. If you don't enrich yourself, you're not going to be able to enrich anybody else, because you're not feeding yourself. So you don't have value to give to other people, because you've not valued yourself, you've not instilled something in yourself. So
you can't give what you don't have, what you don't invest in yourself. That's so true. This reminds me, like Wednesdays, when we decided with my best friend, I think it's been a year now, over a year we're meeting up. Before that, I'll be so tired after work. And then when we decided that, I'm like, how am I going to do this? Like, I'm always tired. How can I meet up? But trust me, even though that Wednesday, nimetoka kazini nimechoka, nikikutana naye, vile tunavyokuwa tunaongea, hata kama tutavent, tutacheka, it relaxes me. Yani, it does something.
So another part of your brain.
The social parts. You're not forcing yourself to do work.
You're not thinking.
You're not thinking. You're just
thinking is tiring.
It is tiring. Honestly. So I remember, nakumbuka nilipokuwa single, me and some of my friends, kuna maswali ambayo tulikuwa tunapataga ile bado tu unaolewa au una mtu na hapo una mtu, alafu either you're not looking au una hope lakini upate mtu, afu mtu anakuja anakuuliza haya maswali. Naomba kuna hii kanisa tulikuwa tumeanza kwendaga, tulivyoanza kwenda preacher akawa the first Sunday akaita single, all the single ladies come and we'll pray for you, you get someone and nini. I was happy, I'm like I'm looking. Nikaenda mbele tukaombewa. Then the next Sunday wakaita tena. And I'm like okay, maybe it's for those who didn't come last Sunday. They can get prayed. I was, so the way they got prayed. The next Sunday, I'm like,
oh my God.
Come on. Being single, is it a disease? Is it like
that's just shocking.
Like, why?
These are the single people.
So it gets to a point where it's so annoying. I mean, I want you to tell me, mmepitia hizo situations za kuulizwa na mfoko mnapitia, mlikuwa mnajisikiaje? Irene, unaipitia labda?
Unaipitia every day.
Do you like it?
Absolutely don't like that question.
What do they ask? Wanakuuliza nini?
Wanakuuliza tu, asa wewe unaolewa lini? Wewe harusi lini? Do you know, and if it gets to that point where I feel like just being sarcastic, but naolewa lini? Leo naolewa. hivi mimi nayo ndo. Yani, yeah, that question, those kind of questions. Me, I don't know, over the years, and from speaking to other girls as well, I know watu wakiuliza is just conversation.
Yeah.
To most people, it's just conversation.
Yeah.
Like in the climate we live in now, and the mental state of especially young women now, it can be such a damaging question. It can be such a damaging question because, like I said, me najaribu kujiweka busy. Nafanya anything and everything else that I want to do, you know, with my singlehood. Yes, I am looking to get married. Yes, I desire to be married. Lakini, it's not something that I'm like, you know, prowling in the streets like, where is the man? And you know, I'm not doing that. I'm doing me. I'm doing God's work. I'm putting myself out there. If somebody shows interest, yes, that's fine. But you swali kila siku ukipata. After a while, even when I was, especially like I said, your time ambayo nilikuwa na rediscover again, your 25 to 28, ilikuwa kila nikimuuliza hilo swali, nikifika nyumbani naanza kujiuliza, what is wrong with me? What is actually wrong with me? How come I want to be married. I want to find somebody. I want to have a family, but it's not happening. So what is wrong with me? Kila siku mtu ananiuliza, sasa wewe lini? And you know, it just puts so much pressure on you as a young person that you can't help but feel sorry for yourself. You can't help but have a pity party. Because you're always like, there must be something wrong. Because you know, if it's been how many years now, people are still asking me. I've seen my friend get married. I've seen my friend have children. You know, I'm hearing my cousins, you know, getting married. They're having children. Maybe bado tu kila siku this best friend hapo tuko hapo together. Leo kaolewa. Kesho somebody's coming. Sasa wewe. Lini wewe? It's just like, it's just right now. Like I find those kind of questions to be very damaging. They don't help as much as it is just a conversation to have with somebody. There is so many other conversations you can have. You know, be a typical British person. Come on, Ukiwa, England. Ask about the weather. Let's talk about the weather. Let's talk about tea and crumpets. Like, you know, some questions, especially those people kama amekuuliza leo, akakuona next month tena akakuuliza tena. Akakuona 2 weeks anakuuliza tena, like, how much do you think has changed between now and those 4 weeks ago? Like, how much do you reckon I could have been married by now?
Wanakuwa hawajui jinsi tu ya kustart a conversation, and maybe they think they're helping, or wanakuwa wanataka. I think there's ways ambazo wanaweza waka start a conversation with you. Unajua mimi kama naweza nikasema hata mfano kama anataka kujua kama una mtu. Anaweza kuuliza in a polite way. Unatamani maybe hapo mbeleni uje uolewe. You know?
That's a better question.
Mtu akikwambia ndio. Okay, I'll pray for you. Then that's
Thank
it.
you.
You know,
and
I'll pray with you and believe in you. And then let's carry on to other things. We can talk about work. Talk about, you know,
what you're doing today.
Your hobbies or what you're doing today. But not. So what would you tell those people who wanakuwa wanaulizwa hayo maswali wayachukuaje?
Ambao wanaulizwa
sasa, like,
I think one thing is I think one thing is kama alivyosema, one thing is helpful is to understand kwa nini majority watu wanauliza, which is the truth, kwa sababu watu wanataka to have conversation. Watu wengine they just wanataka tu kuongea, to find out, lakini majority of people wanataka kuanza unatamani wewe uwe na mtu. So marriage ni nice thing. Lakini and I think my advice is, one thing is to know, okay, approach your question. Unajua kama alivyo single, she's having a good life already. So kama yani kuwa single, sio kama maisha haujaanza. So one thing one of my friends said is, sisi tunakuja kwenye dunia hii tuko single. Tunaondoka single. Majority, most of our lives are single. Najua obviously ukiwa mtoto you're expected, nakumbuka nilivyokuwa mdogo, my mom, if I was to ever say, even kama rafiki yangu ana boyfriend,
your mom, yup.
That's exactly.
Umeshapiga sikio.
I know. Hapo the singleness is encouraged. Alafu obviously unakuja, as we talked about before, unakuja to place or everyone expecting you to get married. It's a good thing. Ila, I think approach that thought of that question, or approach it to understand kama nilivyosema, yani kama that person is living a good life, like and try to find out about that life ambao wanaishi, and then you can move on. And that need to happen naturally. You can move on from that conversation into okay, this is what you're living now, like what would you like to desire? Would you desire other things? No, unaweza kufind that kama watu wengine kama nilivyosema before I wasn't bothered about having someone and a point of my life. I wanted children, like nilikuwa sio kama natafuta mtu. But you discover that about the person, and then nakuwa yani conversation ambayo inakuwa pleasant to have. One thing that is true is I think I watched your YouTube video where you talked about this. Is people are more more sensitive now. And then what ingine, they're not that sensitive. And they find that, it's okay. It's just a question. So I think with this, unaweza ukadiscover ukiwa unaongea mtu na mtu anaweza kawa they're free about it, they don't mind you asking. Lakini I think it's helpful to understand kuna watu ambao is very sensitive and they don't know where they're at, they don't know why they're single. They might wanaweza kawa wametoka kwenye relationship ambao they break up, even break. You just don't know. Similar questions ambazo unapata yani in other stages of life. You just don't know where that person is. So I think one thing I would advise is to find out about the good things are you enjoying your life, and then from that you might unaweza kufikiri ukaelewa kama that person's single. So you can even find out from that conversation, you can go back, how is your single life? Are you you're enjoying it? And then already kuelimishwa. So it's really helpful. So na wewe hata kama ni auntie ambao na mtoto ambaye ni a boy or girl, they will grow.
And they will
find out from a person that is in the age ambayo anataka kwa get married, how they are. Now unapata learning about what you can tell your children. Okay, this is how you can enjoy your singleness. This is what you would experience. I think be ready to learn, but also ask about the person.
Yes.
So we live. Any single people are living. We live. Living a best life.
Let me tell you, once you enter into marriage, that's it. You get to share. I said in my video, you get to share everything. When you're single, you have your own things, your own space. You decide what to do. Like sasa ukishakuwa umeolewa, my goodness.
You have to consider that.
Consider this man, you know. So enjoy your singleness. Honestly, enjoy your singleness.
I remember I remember people saying that, and sometimes I think I really appreciate when people said enjoy singleness. So it really made me think, actually, I'm enjoying my life. It affirmed my life now. And sometimes I understand what I mean well. I really find it hard when people really appraise marriage, as in
this is the end goal.
Everything.
This is the end goal.
It's not.
Heaven is the end goal.
Alafu kama mtu kutashindwa kuenjoy your singleness, hautaweza kwenda kuenjoy marriage. You have to know yourself, be happy in your own space. Kwa sababu hakuna mwanaume ambaye anaweza kufanya uwe happy. When you are happy and you're content on your own skin, then you can go and add, and he can add. Lakini kama you're dreading, you're out there dreading, you're sad, you're depressed, you have to work on yourself. Kabla hujaingia katika ndoa. Another question I have for you girls. I was kind of thinking about it, like me, there's extrovert people. I know one of you is extrovert, another one is an introvert. Extrovert ndio yule ambaye yuko outgoing, outspoken, and hold conversations for long, whatever. Introvert ni wale ambao tuko reserved. Me, I believe niko introvert kwa sababu nina keep things. Niko very reserved. Na pia hata friends sina wengi, my circle is small. And I was just kind of asking, is it kind of like difficult kwa watu ambao wako introvert ku get somebody? Is it like more easier? Because some extrovert wako outgoing, loud, outspoken. maybe inakuwa easier for them to get somebody than introvert, you think, or is it just me?
So I'm an extrovert and
I'm an introvert.
and we're actually best friends.
We are.
And
how did that work?
it's been
We
really
balance
helpful
each other out.
actually.
Balance each other out.
I don't think so. Come on, because I'm an extrovert, you're an introvert, and we to manage. Obviously, my family is a two and a duan. Like, we manage to
keep
a
friendship,
good friendship. Now, I think marriage and those kind of things is just another type of really important relationship. Now, I get quite think I'm an introvert and bio. She's always. Then we wouldn't be friends till now. But yeah, I'll let you speak as an introvert.
No, I think it's more about connection they make with people. So an introvert can still make just as close a connection with somebody as an extrovert might. The only thing is the extrovert might get there quicker. They get there faster because they're more open, they're more outgoing, they're more vibrant. Whereas with an introvert, it's more like a lot of digging. Like you've got to dig into us. You've got to sort of like close circle sort of situation. It's not like group type situation. So I think not necessarily that the extroverts are able to find somebody quicker or more extroverts find people than introverts do. No, I think it's just the sort of connection that you make with people. I am a very, very extreme introvert, but I've still managed to make friendships with people. I still have people that I used to go to primary school with. Somehow. God's grace.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with mtu ambaye anaweza kukutana mtu mapema au aka
I think you have to be more intentional.
I think introverts definitely have to be more intentional about how you build relationships. With an extrovert, it's easier. It's natural because they're more outgoing, so they will make conversations.
We make more effort.
We have in ourselves. We have to make that effort because I'm happy to sit by myself. When I was younger, group situations were so stressful. Nikienda somewhere where there's a group of people, I'm just like, right, where is, like, does my outfit match anything else here? I'm gonna go sit there and just blend in. Like, I'm not gonna try and talk to people. I get nervous trying to make conversations. Like, I can talk in my head.
That's me.
In my head, I'm asking all the questions. In my head, I'm having
You're
conversations.
keeping
I am having conversations. I'm part of it, whatever's going on there. Physical. I'm like this. Please, nobody notice me. Nobody notice me. Don't talk to me. Don't say a word. So with introverts, we definitely have to be more intentional. We have to make that effort, and sometimes it can feel like a struggle because it's just like I have no like social juices left right now. Like I can be outside for 5 minutes. And I'm like, yep, I'm done. I'm ready to go back in. But you have to actually try and make that connection. You have to try and intentionally be like, right, I'm interested in talking to this person. I have to go and approach that person. Or if they approach you, you have to keep the conversation going. Otherwise, they will lose interest because you just seem like you're not interested in them. So they're just like, okay, so I'm trying to talk to you, but you're not giving me anything back.
And I think one thing that is true is because as I said, we're opposite. I'm extreme extrovert as well, where kukaa ni peke yangu kufanya unless nasoma kitabu, lakini kukaa ni kukaa peke yangu yani hivi it's just like
you just have to be out there.
I have to be out there. So I'm like, Irene, what you doing? Irene, she's like having a me day. I'm like, could you change your me
I've been working all week. I just need time to myself.
But one thing that is true, one thing about kukua I've learned is it's really important to have some time by myself. Because one thing about me learn from introverts like Irene is to be intentional with time for myself, because that's when you learn about yourself, and you learn how to give to others. So sometimes what I found is I'm taking so much from other people and learning other people, and then that's all I have. So I think one thing to know is you're always meeting people. It can be a lot, and you don't actually have deep deep relationships because you're all you have is
Yeah.
like in it, yeah. So I think both you just have to be intentional of what you're not. But I think you can find people.
So kama mlivyosikia, it doesn't matter kama wewe ni introvert, extrovert, you can either way unaweza ukamiti mtu kwa wakati wako. I think ambacho tunaweza tukasema according to our conversations, that according to my previous video, is to keep yourself busy. Go out there, invest in yourself, get to know yourself, and that's how you can meet someone, I guess. Once you're happy with yourself, once you have worked in your own personality, in your own outlook. Na ukaenda ukawa unafanya kazi, ukawa unafanya biashara, kama unafanya your hobbies, I think that's the best way to spend your time as a single person. I just want to advise, do you have an advice for msichana out there ambaye yupo tu? For me, I can just say the best advice that I was given and I applied when I was single is to love myself. Just to really, really love me. Not to be obsessed with myself, but to really love me. Now, once, unajua love attracts. When you see like a couple loving one another, you smile. Au ukiona mtu surprise mpenzi wake kwa propose, you just smile. Au you see a parent and a child holding hands, or a child saying to daddy, mommy, I love you, you smile. That's love. Kwa hiyo sasa unapokuwa invest in yourself, pampering yourself, buying things for yourself, loving your mind, getting help where you feel like you need help, not just ignoring it. Whether you're down, you're depressed. I've been there in depression, and getting help. That's loving yourself. That's the advice that I can give girls. Just invest yourself and love yourself. I remember nilivyokuwa ndo nimefika tu nchi, nilikuwa nikiongea na mtu ananiambia, oh, your accent, you from Africa. Unaona, one of those. And yeah, ikanifanya nijichukie kwamba kumbe I have an accent. Birmingham City Center kuna chuo ambacho wanafundisha British accent,
really?
American accent. Yes. Nikaenda nikalipa I think robo ya ada, nikasema ngoja nianze. It was a lot. Kwenda kufundishwa accent. The first class, they even teach you how to curl your tongue. You speak this way, you know. I went to the first class, second class, third class. It was once a week. Remember hapo nipo uni, when in extra classes as well. Why was I doing this? Ili nisiwe na accent. Kwa sababu watu wananiambia, oh, you have an accent. And the third class, I remember, it hit me. I'm like, no, I want to keep my accent. This is me. Kwa sababu, why am I going to change? Because this means, well, kuna watu ambao wanafanya labda kwa ajili ya kazi, unasikia Hollywood stars, anakuambia anaenda kujifunza South African accent for 6 months, then anaipata. Mwingine anaweza kuwa tu ana good intention, lakini for me ilikuwa kama ninaji-hate. And I just had to accept my accent and drop out of that class. So that was like the first step for me to love myself, accepting my African accent. So what would you advise young girls out there?
Young girls. I would say that you are living now. Alafu, one thing that Ukiwa, I think you start to hear a lot about death. And one thing that is true is you're not always guaranteed to live to 80 or 102 or anything like that. But you're guaranteed you're living. Unaishi sasa hivi. Kwa hiyo haya maisha ambayo unaishi, make them ambayo in a way ambayo unataka, when you look back, if you was to get married, be like, this is a life I lived. Ni kama tunaangaliaga back when you're in school. You don't, I know when I was younger, you always want something else. Like, I was young, I was like, I want to be in college. But when you look back, most of the time, unless you have a traumatic experience, most of the time you're like, oh, tulikuwa tunacheza hivi, au tulikuwa tunachapwa hivi. You look back with a smile, and it's like a good memory. And I think right now, unaishi maisha ambayo utakuwa one day, even in tomorrow, you're gonna look back at today, you can be like, oh, yesterday nilifanya hiki na hiki na hiki. So one thing I would say is like, just live the life ambayo unataka kuishi now. So with the things ambayo Mungu amekupa yani now. So he's giving you time, he's giving you talents zako, smile yako, talent, yani everything amekupa wewe. So live now. So kama nilivyosema, I had loads of children in my life, and I was like, yeah, let me make time for them and enjoy them. I had loads of friends. I wanted to have that companionship with friendship for a person, but yeah, so I was like, oh, let me just invest in my friends and enjoy time with them. So yeah, I think don't wait until this age. And no, especially come out, obviously since we're still young, to some people, I know that our little sisters will
like,
say, no, you're not old. I know that obviously I don't see how it is to be single in your 50s. I don't know how it is to be single in your 60s. Like, one thing I always said is, nikifika your age, I would love, ningependa yani kufikiria, bado maisha yangu, they're meaningful. So yeah, that's the main thing. But also, just to know that everyone's life is different, and that's a good thing. Kwa kama ukienda, I remember sometimes mama nikienda kwenye wedding ya rafiki zangu, mama would not even be like, she would be like, oh, because when I join rafiki zangu, so she'd be like, oh, be really amepata mtu, that's really, I should be happy for them. Alafu she'll be like, hey, na wewe utakuwa lini? Or she'll be like, or she'll be like, in a nice way, she'll be like, oh, lakini na wewe tutakuwa, like, she'll be like, na wewe, I'm like, mama, it's okay. You don't have to think about me. Like, you can just be happy for my friend. Or we can be happy for, ilikuwa so mamangu peke yake. Lakini watu, it's always so, kama tulivyoongea before, it's so easy to think about,
anajisikiaje
are you okay?
Lakini sasa huyu
unasikitika. No. Let's be, kama ulivyosema, your example to do something else, how you see people loving each other when they're with kids, people loving each other. I was thinking apo kama let's celebrate other people's victories. So na wewe, you do get to rub on that happiness.
If you're sowing a seed, it will come back to you.
And you'll be able to see, actually I'm and unaweza ka celebrate na unaweza it will come back to you. Na wewe ukiwa na child, you can even embrace the fact that na mtoto na sio mtoto wangu ambaye na appreciate mimi, but lakini watu wengine wanaweza kupata the same joy through my experience. It's like a cycle. But yeah, I think one is to live, now also to celebrate other people's journeys as well.
Good advice.
So I'd say, obviously with everything that's been said, I think another thing that's very important for young women is to know your value. So I mean, I know it's been said, know your worth, and that's and that's a very good thing. But when I say value, I mean know what you bring to the table. Understand what your strengths are. Understand what your weaknesses are. Understand the things that you're working on yourself. And that's your value. So know that I can think, like I'm a thinker. I can think. That's something that's of value. So you can cook. That is something that's of value. You are able to host people. You like having people over. You like, serving people. That's your value. Never negate what you can bring to the table. Never negate what your life shows to other people, what your life adds to other people. Because I think it's very easy for us to sort of like keep in our own sort of like little corner and think and think to think about others, like, oh look, they're always hosting, oh look, they're always traveling, oh look, they're always think about what you can do, what you can bring. And that is something that I found to be very, very important, because after depression, like I said, I was lost. I had no clue who I was. I had no clue what I can bring to other people. But after thinking and, reflecting upon myself, and I was like, do you know what? I
I'm a fantastic person. And that's not to boast or anything like that, but I'm somebody that's of value and I can add to somebody. Like God just said, I like working with children as well. So after depression, I decided, because working with children has always been something that I have desired from when I was, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6. Like I remember when people would come over to stay in our house, I would be looking after them. I am 5 and I'll be looking after them. I'll be like, this is my baby. I'm going to look after them. I bathe them. I make sure that they're fed. When I see children like out on the streets, like I used to grieve. I used to cry. Sometimes I'd beg my dad, please, can we give them something? Can we take them home? Can we give them a bath? And I was like, we can just pick up any child. But like, yeah, for the longest time, I was running away from that as I grew up and just became more of like, shy and introverted, like even more than I usually am. I completely forgot that I love children. I love working with children, and so I tried anything and everything else. In the end, after depression, I said, all right, this is it. I'm no longer shy. I don't care. I am shy, but I'm not going to tell that to myself. When I go to work, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to be silly. Working with children is always a silly job. They're like, I used to be like, I can't talk to children like this. Like,
you can't
talk. I'm like, that's not me. I'm serious. Like, I have a serious face. Like, I don't smile because I'm a thinker. And we don't tend to smile unless we think to ourselves, smile. Smile. Otherwise, I'm like this. That's not a face that works with children. So things like that, like, I had to overcome and realize that I can bring value to a child. So I went and asked for a job to work with children. I got the job straight away. Things like baking. I love baking.
Good idea.
I absolutely love baking. And I was like, that's something I can add value to somebody. If somebody's got a birthday party, I can bake for them. It's a small thing, but it's something that brings value to somebody else. You know, and it never negate what you can bring to the plate. Yes, value yourself, value other people, be happy for them, celebrate for, but always remember, I can bring something to the table too.
It's not too small.
And it's never too small. It's never too small. Whatever you bring is always enough. It might not be enough for this person, but it can be something that's enormous to somebody else. So always value what you can bring to the table.
Oh, thank you so much, girls. It's been so amazing to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, okay, good. I will plan something else as well. I'm sure people will love it. Please kindly share if you feel like episode is like I think it's very educational. It's very uplifting. And just share, like, and comment. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you for this. And yes, until I see you guys again, let's say bye.
Bye.